Hi, welcome to Forever Yoga. I'm Susan Foxley. I'm a registered yoga instructor and a certified life coach. I've been teaching for over 2 decades, and today I want to share the gift of yoga at a pace that's right for you. It's about life, body, and balance. Let's get started. Today we have John and Joe joining us today, and we're focusing on our back today. We're going to start in child's pose. Go ahead and get super comfortable on the ground, on your yoga mat or your carpet at home, and just go ahead and gently rest in child's pose. Resting your buttocks onto your heels as much as you can, and go ahead and relax your arms by your side and just soften the space between your eyebrows, please. Release your lower jaw from your upper jaw. Check in with your breath. Relax the spine. Release the arms, the hands and fingers. Release your thighs onto your shins and calves as you stretch out the tops of your feet. And go ahead and stretch your arms forward, please. And as you walk your arms forward, you're going to get a really nice stretch in your lower back and get a nice stretch between each individual vertebrae. We're looking for space between those vertebrae. They get compressed over time with sitting and driving. If you're sitting at home or in the office for hours, the lower back gets really tight. Stretch your arms forward. Feel that really nice stretch in your lower back. Go ahead and come onto your hands and knees for cat-cow pose. Ground your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide. Keep your arms nice and straight like they're 2 pillars in front of a house. Ground the knees, ground the hands, and go ahead and look up to the sky, bringing that vertebrae into the body. Slide your shoulder blades down your back, and go ahead and look to your belly button, please. Drop your head as you scoop your belly muscles into the spine. Really nice. And then go ahead and look up to the sky. Look up. This is cow pose. Bringing that vertebrae into the body. Look up to the ceiling. Open up your throat, please. And then go ahead and look to your belly. Scoop. This is cat pose. We're trying to get some suppleness back into the vertebrae. And then go ahead and look up again into cow pose. Look up, please. Grounding your hands and knees. And then look to your belly again. Bring the belly button into the spine. Really nice. And then go ahead and keep the spine neutral. Now we're going to do spinal balancing. Lift your right arm, please, and your left leg. Look up at your thumb and stretch. Reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Again, we're looking for space. This is very important for your back. Go ahead and release, and other side. Left arm, right leg, and stretch. Again, we're looking for space in the body. This works the mind and the body. And as we age, balance is the first thing that goes, so this focuses on balance as well. Go ahead and drop the hand and knee down, and other side again, please. Right arm and left leg, and stretch. Always returning back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And go ahead and drop down, and other side. Left arm, right leg. Breathing deeply, creating space in the body. Really nice. And then go ahead and gently come back to child's pose and let it all go. Breathing into the lower back, Relaxing your arms. Relaxing the shoulders, please. Releasing the spine as the buttocks gently falls towards your heels. Let go. Check in with your inhales and your exhales. And go ahead and stretch your arms forward again, please. Walk them even more forward than you think you could possibly imagine. Crawl your fingertips. Stretch forward. Go ahead and come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees together, please. And then go ahead and just keep your hands planted there firmly and bring your right leg straight back and look forward. I'd like you to stretch your heart away from your foot and your foot away from your heart. We're trying to get space in that lower back. Lots of space. And then go ahead and gently bring that knee to your nose, slowly and carefully. If you can't get your knee to your nose, that's fine. Go ahead and bring that leg back out and look up. These simple poses that we're doing can completely save you from back pain. And then go ahead and knee to nose, curl. You don't have to bring it too close if it's uncomfortable for you. Just go at your own pace, please. And lift your right leg and reach your heart forward and your leg back. Again, we're looking for space between each individual vertebrae. Space is key. And then again, knee to nose, curl it up. Really nice, Joe and John. And go ahead and look up and stretch that right leg back. Anchoring those hands, anchoring that left knee, and reaching that right leg back. And gently bring that knee down, and let's do the other side. Left leg back, reach your heart forward, look up. Again, anchoring those hands and anchoring that right knee. And you can choose to point or flex that foot. You choose, yogi's choice, to flex or point that back foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then gently bring your knee to your nose. And then go ahead and stretch it out and look up. Again, reach that heart forward and reach that leg back. And go ahead and breathe. Knee to nose. And go ahead and kick it out. Stretch. And breathe. Knee to nose. And stretch. And gently drop that knee down and child's pose. Let it go. Relax your shoulders as you soften the space between the eyebrows. Relax and release your 10 fingers, please. Relax your thighs onto your calves and completely let your feet fall into the earth. Check in with your inhales and your exhales. See if you can send your breath to the low back. Breathe into your lower back. See if you can fill up the kidney region with your breath. Long inhalations and long exhalations. And gently stretch those arms away from you again, please. Stretch those fingertips even further away from your back than you thought possible. Again, this is going to create a yummy stretch in your spine. And we're going to go ahead and crawl all the way onto our belly and stretch our legs back and our arms forward. Stretch your arms forward and your legs back. And from your hips to your fingertips, stretch forward And from your hips to your toes, stretch back like pulled taffy, like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. And even crawl your fingertips forward, inch them forward to get space. And gently lift your right arm and your left leg. Gentle movements. And breathe. Again, we're looking for space. So stretch your fingertips forward and stretch your toes back. And breathe. Really nice. You can look down if your neck is compromised, or feel free to look up. And gently rest your right arm and your left leg. And let's do the other side, please. Left arm, right leg. And again, stretch. We're going for length, so stretch those fingertips forward and stretch those toes back. Remember, all these poses are for your back. Beautiful work. And go ahead and release, and go ahead and right arm, left leg. Stretch. Beautiful, gentle, small movements to save you and relieve any back pain. Really nice. A little bit goes a long way. Even 10 to 15 minutes of stretching a day. Release, and other side, please. Really nice. Stretch those fingertips, stretch those toes, and again, breathe. Check in with your breath. Go ahead and release. And then let's go ahead and try the arms and the legs. If there's too much compression in your lower back in this pose, I want you to release your legs in this pose. But if you feel comfortable, lift your arms and your legs. If you feel like there's too much compression in your lower back, then release your legs and just take your upper arms. But if you can do both, this strengthens all the muscles, all the erector spinae muscles. And gently release, just let it all go. And then go ahead and lift up again. Stretch up. Stretch the fingertips away from the toes and the toes away from the fingertips. This is strengthening all those erector spinae muscles right along the spine. And release. And then one more time. Here we go. Lift and stretch and breathe. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, and go for the length. Not so much the lift, but the length. And then gently release. And from here, we're going to do these cobras where your fingertips are underneath the heart and your elbows are out. And we're going to do this because when we keep our fingers this way, we don't take it in our lower back. Go ahead and lift up just a few inches up. If you feel this in your lower back, you're coming up too high. So come up wherever you're comfortable and try to take the cobra in your upper back, in the thoracic spine, not in the lumbar. And gently, slowly come down. And while you're down resting, see if you can zip your pubic bone a little bit towards your belly button. That's going to help your lower back. So the tailbone drops slightly towards your heels and zip your pubic bone towards your belly button. In yoga, we call that Uddiyana Bandha. And gently come on up, please. Come on up into that cobra position. And Joe here is honoring his back. He's not coming up too high because he has back pain. So that's good. Always honor your back and listen to yourself. If these poses don't feel good, back off and always do less. I always say less is more. Always do a little bit less and gently come on down. Again, zip that pubic bone slightly towards your belly button. That'll help your lower back. Slowly come on up again, please. Come on up. And then from here, just drop down 3 inches. We're doing little push-ups. Come up 3 inches. And then come down 3 inches. Come up 3 inches. And come down 3 inches. And then from here, I'm going to have you slide. This is kind of a funny pose. Slide your hands underneath your thighs. And then we're going to go ahead and lift our hearts and our legs. Just look up and slightly squeeze those shoulder blades together, please. Spread your toes, lift your heart, and breathe. Again, this is strengthening all those erector spinae muscles, strengthening all those back muscles. Breathing deeply and gently soften and rest. Rest down, and then from here I'd like you to come gently back into child's pose. Let's go ahead and release the lower back, drop the buttocks down onto the heels, and just go ahead and rest your arms by your sides and check in with your breath. Breathe into your lower back again. Send your breath there. Really nice. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften your temples and your jaw. Just relax your arms and hands and fingers. Dropping your thighs onto your shins and calves. Feel that really yummy stretch in your toes. And then what I'd like you to do is to crawl your arms straight out in front of you again. Really crawl them forward. And then from here we're going to go ahead and just flip over onto our backs. Come onto our backs, and we're just going to hug our knees into our chest. And just give your knees a big hug. Really nice. And then bring your feet hip distance apart into bridge pose. From here, I'd like you to interlace your thumbs over your head. Stretch your arms over your head and gently lift your buttocks off the ground. Lift your buttocks. Stretch your knees away from your fingertips and your fingertips away from your knees. And gently release your buttocks down and your arms down by your sides. And then go ahead and lift the buttocks. Lift your arms over your head. Stretch. Lift the buttocks a little higher if you can. And gently release your buttocks and rest your arms. Really nice. And then go ahead and lift your arms. Bring the knees away from your fingertips and your fingertips away from your knees and stretch. And gently release down. And from here, let's go ahead and take the hands behind the head. And we're just going to strengthen the abdominals, which is really important for the lower back. Bring your knees closer to your face, please. Bring your right elbow to your left leg and straighten your right leg away from your face. So the right elbow goes to your left knee, and then we're going to alternate sides. Your left elbow is going to go to your right knee. We're just going to do some bicycles here. And if you're having a hard time getting your elbow to your knee, no big deal. And go ahead and alternate. And stretch that right leg away from your face again. Again, we're getting space. And then go ahead and other side. Remembering to breathe, always returning back to the breath. And then other side. Strengthening the abdominals are really going to help your lower back. So don't forget about your abdominals. When we have weak abdominal muscles, it can create a weak back. Go ahead and bring your left elbow to your right knee. Always remember to return back to the breath, please. And then right elbow to the left knee. And then again, left elbow to the right knee. One more round, right elbow to the left knee. And left elbow to the right knee. Really nice work. Hug your knees into your chest. And then from here, straighten your right leg onto the floor and just embrace your left knee. Just hug it. Just give yourself a big hug with that left knee. This is also going to release your back. Just try to see if you can rest your head on the floor and just hug that knee into your chest. This pose alone can really release the lower back. And then go ahead and straighten your left leg and hug your right knee. Hug that knee into your chest as you ground your left leg. And then go ahead and straighten both legs. Interlace your thumbs over your head. Again, I want you to stretch your fingertips way over your head. Stretch your heels away from your fingertips and your fingertips away from your heels. Again, we're trying to get space in the body, like pulled taffy. So hips to heels stretch, and then hips to hands stretch in 2 different directions. And remember to breathe and stretch. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. And drop your knees over to the left and gaze to your right. So the knees are stacked. Nice. And just stretch your arms out to the side. Stacking the knees and the ankles. This pose alone will release your back. And in this pose, you can just completely relax. Relax your feet. Just let it go. Breathing into your lower back. This will really release that compression that you can feel in that lumbar region. And then come back to center. Hug your knees. And then drop your knees out to the other side. And you gaze in the opposite direction of your knees. And this pose alone can release your lower back. And extending through those fingertips, stacking the knees and the ankles. Nice work, and always checking in with the breath. And then from here back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Now we're going to thread the needle. This is a really important pose. We're going to go ahead and take the right ankle onto the left knee. And we're going to thread the needle. You're going to take your hands and grab your left thigh or your left shin. Relax your head, please. Flex both Achilles tendons. Flex your feet. That'll keep your knees safe. And breathe. Relax your head if you can on the floor. And just hug that knee into your chest. And especially if you're in chairs for long periods, and again in your car driving, your hips get really tight. So make sure that you hug that knee into your chest. Big hug. Hug a little more, breathing deeply. And then from here, let's switch sides. Bringing your left ankle onto your right thigh, threading the needle. And resting your head on the floor if you can. Hugging that right knee into your chest. Flexing both feet, extending through that Achilles tendon. That'll keep your knee safe. Give that right knee a big hug. See if you can hug a little more. And then from here, let's go ahead and hug both knees. Give yourself a big hug. Now from here, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper twist that'll release your back even more if this is comfortable for you. You're going to cross your right leg over your left leg, like you're crossing your legs at a dinner party. So cross your right leg over your left leg. Bring your knees to your heart, and then go ahead and drop your knees to the left and gaze over your right arm. And this is going to really release your lower back. It's just a deeper twist. And the gaze is the opposite side of your knees. And that creates so much suppleness in your spine, twisting the vertebrae and extending through that arm. And see if you can release your knees, release your feet. Just relax your feet if you can. And if this is too deep of a twist for you, feel free to do the last pose, which is stacking the knees. But this will really release any tightness in your lower back. Every morning before you get out of bed, just take one leg and cross it over to the left and then opposite to the right, and that'll completely save your lower back. So go ahead and bring your knees back, John and Joe, to your chest. Just give yourself a big hug, releasing your lower back. And go ahead and straighten your right leg, please, and straighten your left leg, please. And we're going to go right into Shavasana. So make yourself really comfortable. Relax your legs into the earth. Find symmetry between your right and left arms, and you may want to fiddle with your fingers and toes, just wiggling them, and then just slowly close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let your upper eyelid close down towards your lower eyelid, softening the temples. Relaxing the space between the ears. Releasing the scalp. Make any little adjustments you need to make so you can have a really nice Shavasana. Softening the lips. Releasing the lower jaw from the upper jaw. Relaxing your upper arms and your forearms. And just relax your spine, your legs, your feet and toes. And just stay there for as long as you'd like to. And thank you so much for joining us on Forever Yoga. I'm Susan Foxley, and if you have any questions about yoga, about life coaching, or about my workshops, feel free to go to www.susanfoxleyyoga.com, and remember, always, always, always go where the love is. Namaste.